Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for this acknowledgement that we are still not, needing the break, which is due in next, let's say, 20 minutes time. My name is Neeraj Mahajan. I'm the Group President and Chief Marketing Officer for Spark Minda. Kushal in his presentation talked about a very scary thing. 450 vendors are going to remain. But 100 partners, those who are in this room, are invited because they are considered strategic. So that means that you all have opportunity to expand with us the way Kushal has talked about the organization growth. Management gave me opportunity to explain a little bit about what Spark Minda is all about today. And I would like to take 10 minutes of your time to just share that, where we started from in last 4-5 years, and especially pre-COVID, post-COVID, and where we want to reach. So thank you very much for that, and let me just try taking you through that limited 4-5 slides. Next, please. Yeah, I think the first point, previous one, starting. Request to avoid pictures for the very simple reason we are a listed company. So some of the information we have tried avoiding the numbers, but we are still trying to give you certain very important information so that you as a group, you as business partners of Spark Minda, appreciate and understand and have the feeling to connect with us for the deeper and the longer term. Yeah, thank you very much. Next, please. Yeah, I wanted to give you a perspective about both in terms of the automotive side. To my left and your right, we have the global situation when it comes to the major player in India, for example, and also in the global term. And this also represents the broader numbers. Many of you, these are statistics which are available to you. And you would also see that as an evolving automotive world, we are moving in this direction to have overcrowding of automotive produced. But as the generation or the new, the younger people, the middle class is emerging more and more, possibly we are going to see per vehicle, per individual numbers continue to grow, whether it is two-wheeler, whether it is four-wheeler, and also as the two and four-wheeler is going to grow, need for the commercial vehicle growth will be there. So we all have opportunity to grow in this. And some of the, let's say, the growing economies like India and others, including the, the other developing economies, will also see three-wheeler growths, which are very, very interesting and has a significant opportunity. If you look at it on the right-hand side, now, I thought it is important for you to know where and what we sell. So if you see on the geographies, we do about, pure export, if I say, is about 8%, because we have global customers to whom we sell in India, and we also do exports for them. For example, a large customer like Borg Warner, Piaggio, we are supplying to them in India, we are supplying to them in Vietnam, we are supplying to them in Italy. But in typical situation, this slide only talks about what we do export and domestic. And mind it, we are planning to take that in a very, very significant way, thanks to Ashokji and Akash, the way they are right now focusing on improving both footprint as well as organizations' financial health. Export is going to be very significantly focused. Second, if we look at it from the product point of view, my 32% of the product range value or volume comes in from wire harness. Lock set contributes about 27%. We have die casting, which is very significant today, and you can see about 16% coming in from there. But electronic side is growing very rapidly. So cluster is about 11% in terms of what we today produce. These numbers are for FY23 revenue numbers. Now, you can see that from the revenue side, if in the segmentation, we are very dominant in our two-wheel, CV, and PV in the same sequence of order. So Spark Minda today has got the strength of very strong two-wheel and three-wheel segment. But what is most important and interesting for me to share that is, if you look at it from the recent announcements which are coming in from the group side, Akash is leading strategy part of it, we are expanding that more into the CV and the PV side. Because naturally from the revenue ticket size, we would like to grow in the revenue. And in that process, we are going to grow more in these segments. And I've also charted about where we are in terms of our overseas sales split, but majority more moving into, let's say, the Europe and America. For your information, we have opened our European office already in Italy, which means that we are trying to be close to our customers. We have opened our Japan office, which is now with the 2-man manning it and going to be 3, and subsequently we are expanding it further. Basically to share with you that closer is the customer, better is the chance for you to engage with them and get the business. And that same is possibly, Kushal has expected that from you as well. We are also opening our office in United States this year, so that our growth for the United States market is also going to be strengthened. So just an overview of that. But the next is the most important and interesting slide. I mean, how many of you are in this crowd who's more than 5 years with the Spark Minda group as a supplier partner? Wow, almost everyone. Can you see the number movement? 28 odd 100 crores to 4,300 crores. COVID, people are still struggling with 1.5 minus, if I look at the average, industry average. But look at the Spark Minda growth. This is a very, very exciting group. You all are associated with one or the other groups in terms of supplies. And I'm very confident that these kind of actual achievement between 2,800 crore to 4,300 crore is not normal growth, but we have been able to achieve that with the kind of commitment which we have put today. And I can say that in all earnesty, the journey from here on looks equally exciting. I did not put the number there, but CAGR of 15-20, it's easy to mathematically calculate that how it is going to happen. Is it happening naturally? No way. I can promise you management internally is working extremely hard. And during the COVID times itself, when we realized that where the markets are going to move, we have taken some very, very strategic decisions. Again, thanks to strategy group. We were earlier with the limited JVs in space of clusters, in space of a vehicle access system. But look at today where we are. Organization has taken decision to expand themselves with the new JVs, with the new TA, understanding where the markets are going to grow. And Kushal in his explanation talked about the electronification of the components. And I'm extremely comfortable with the kind of order book we have. I just want to give you one number and you can understand. Last year, we have booked over 2,000 crore orders for the next 3 years' time, right? And 64% of that is all around electronic. So we are very clearly seeing where the industry is moving. Is Spark Minda moving with that? We are ahead of the curve in terms of that. I just wanted to give you that confidence. Next, please. Now, this is very important. Now, when we talk about the business order book, these are all, till the previous time, there is a colloquial term which says, squeeze the towel till it comes to a tearing point. We think that we are reaching there when it comes to trying to do ourselves for getting that from the customer. You have to understand a very fundamental difference between what Spark Minda is versus a multinational company. You are all here. You are supplying to both Japanese multinationals, American multinational, European multinational. When we talk about Spark Minda as an organization, customer takes it with the pinch of salt, the technology I'm going to put it on table, because sometime I may not have a JV who has produced this technology. What are they going to look at me for? My proven capability for that product? Somebody that means have been an anchor customer to me. Second most important thing, they will say, okay, very, very reputed global vendor has already provided me this product. If you think you are capable, in that case, the only point which is going to run in his mind is, are you able to run the program management capability to deliver on time, quality, and most importantly for them is the cost competitiveness. This is where this four pillars which we are talking about, whether operation, customer relationship, we are talking about the supplier partnership, and also in terms of financials, we are looking at these aspects to be very, very important. So this is a difference between a global player and the local player. And I can say that safely. As an organization, financial prudence is one of the very, very critical aspect of that. That is why all of you sitting in this room also have comfort that when you are working with Spark Minda, you are assured to be a safe partner as well. This is very important aspect of that. Yeah. But what we need to fix, let me show you that. Next, please. Now, this is my challenge. I will give you a very candid example on this particular aspect. We, for a particular case, very recently, reached to a competitive price level against a global vendor. And in spite of my best effort to win that business, but because the competitiveness alone was not the criteria for customer, due to my vendor quality, the incoming quality to my customer was not in green. And they simply declined to give that business. Almost 60 crore rupees business. Mr. Minda personally went for that business discussion. I mean, we normally don't bother him or Akash to go for the business win cases. But in that case also, we had that situation for the inward quality which is coming into our vendor, our plants, and that passing on to the customer caused us to lose our business. So two most important things which are troubling us right now. One, the cost competitiveness for sure. I mean, Kushal may say whatever he likes. If I have to win and reach the CAGR of 20% on continued basis for next 5-6 years time, unless you support on this subject and your cost competitiveness, you know. And second, please respond faster. Trust me, I had just now incoming, when I was coming in here, a call. 3 days back, the RFQ has come. And they want a quotation tomorrow morning, Saturday. I mean, we said that 15 days is the minimum time and so on, like what you tell us, same thing. We were also trying to say the same thing. 4 days, quotation time. Now, there are many assumptions, many things. Just for your understanding, we did 3 or 4 very critical things to fix our own thing. These results of 2,800 to 4,200 has not come just like that. We have established a costing cell inside the organization, a very significant cost increase to the organization. But possibly you may have to also see how you are going to service your customer, including Spark Minda, to turn around the quotation time so that they can also respond faster to the end customer. Second, cost competitiveness. This morning, we were, for example, reviewing few business cases, and in which we have been looking at what is my fixed cost. Am I ready to look at it, in the basket itself? Can I reduce this fixed cost for a particular program which is very important for me? Am I ready to look at certain activities which are going to be, reducing the cost while the program is being finalized, with some time between 4-5 months to 8-9 months before the SOP start. This is the second important time. So response time, competitiveness, and quality is given. I think I have been telling Kushal that he is very kind to the vendors when they have just started to send the report cards and not asking them why the report cards are not coming with some kind of a responsibility from president of the company to come and explain that why they have not fixed the problem. Coming days, you will have those expectations coming, because in the next slide, I'll show you what is the customer expecting from me today. Let me read it for you. Some of you possibly may. Take my word, and I can see, Sumya-sen, I can see the Japanese gentleman is smiling on this matter. 2% YOY, any RFQ discussion starts, they put it on my table. Are you giving? You're not giving? You're not my vendor. Annual turnover discount. This is customer asking me today. I'm just sharing with you what customer is asking me. Annual turnover discount, which is outside the scope of the business which is already allocated. New business awards and incentives. I'm sure you all know what is the market expecting from you. This is big customer. I mean, I can tell you in the annual turnover discount, they kept my payment on hold, because I kept saying one point that, gentlemen, this was not my obligation. This is, you are at this stage of the business with us and you have to make sure that you are improving your efficiency internally. Turnover discount. Amortized tooling. That means more investment coming in from you. VVA proposal. Unfortunately, I have been asking Kushal, where is the VVA proposal from my vendors? And every time his answer is, yeah, some are talking about it. So I think these are fundamentals of business now we are looking at, and these are going to be the basic hygiene for we delivering to our customer. And in turn, Kushal mentioned about we are sandwiched between our OEM and your service provider, relationship, what we share with you. Rejection handling cost. Very recently, I received the challan from my customer for not only for the rejection of the line, they also claimed for the vehicle loss. I mean, these are serious change environment, very serious. And I'm sure you are also dealing with some of the customer. They don't tell you that I'm sending, they just send, or they simply deduct from your payables. Material reconciliation for FOC part. We realize in recent times, unless the SAP is being strengthened now, there has been gaps. So they are asking me, and in turn, my team is now starting to ask this question. Price correction, because there has been substantial increase on account of semiconductors and various wages increase and inflations and everything. But now, and let's be frank, there are some segments, those who are in soft spot. Steel price reductions and various other commodities. Apart from that, there are reductions which are being offered. So those corrections have to come back so that we are in a position to offer more competitive prices to our customer, win more orders, and we can strengthen our relationship to reach to what Kushal has shared the vision for Spark Minda to be at. Next, please. Peter has been speaking very simple word. They say customer pays only what is used to them and give them give them value. Essence is very simple. Bottom line is, I will pay you for what I'm getting value out of you. And transactional, we are talking about business relationship, business associations, but certain fundamentals requires to be, fixed at the earliest, because we are on a growth trajectory as Spark Minda organization, and we would like to have our four wheels, in the same, let's say, efficiency and effectiveness as Spark Minda is today trying to provide to its customer. So be with us in this journey, and I would like to really see all of you joining us for the 2026 and 2030 growth game, where we are going to be crossing certain very significant milestone, and in that process, we all can grow together. I want to thank you very much for this one.